Yeah. What's up, beautiful world? It's me, it's Chris, also known as, the Angry New Yorker. The tri-state savior, the change that CAW needed but never deserved. But this is just me. I know who you're looking at right now. It's kind of confusing, right? But I'm telling you, this is just me. Speaking from my heart, speaking from my gut. This is the podcast, Top Rope Talk. And we can call this episode 2 if you want, but it's not an episodic show. It's kind of when I feel like it, when I feel I have to. And this is one of those episodes now that I feel like I have to. A lot of people in the CAW community, which is the virtual pro wrestling world, using the video game WWE 2K, whatever edition you choose to use. I know some people still record matches on 2K19 because it was their favorite way to record matches. They didn't like 20 or 22. Don't like 23 either. Now with 2K24 coming out, we get set to go into a brand new game with all new features, new match types, new roster members. But in CAW, all those roster members mean nothing most of the time. Some companies like to use WWE guys or AEW guys or New Japan guys or Mexico guys. Most companies frown upon stuff like that. Well, I don't really frown on creation. I don't tilt my nose up or down at art, because art is subjective. That's what art is. Art is whatever you want it to be, especially if the artist left it open to interpretation. So you interpret that art however you want. There's so much negative connotation around how shows come out, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. What platform doesn't matter either. As long as you support the companies that you like, as long as your friends are having fun playing the game, because that's what it's all about. Some of us spend upwards to $135 to get the best possible version of this game, to have all those DLCs, just in case CAWs have those DLCs too. The mods spend hours and hours, and shout out to moderators like What's the Status, or modifiers, right? Could you call them modifiers or moderators? I'm not sure. But What's the Status, Marty M, Greenland Cause, Notorious Showcase, and everybody else that I've met over the last 2 years in this wonderful community, because it really gets a bad rap when it's not as bad as people try to make it out to be. And I guess it's easy to say that. I guess it's easy to say it. It goes without saying that every community, or every community in the video game world, has that bad apple, but it doesn't spoil the whole bunch. Shit, there might be a group of 4 or 5 of them, maybe 10. But you leave that there and let them do what they do. If they're happy doing what they do, then let them. You be happy doing what you do. You be happy playing WWE 2K23 or 24. Now, we've seen a downtick in the virtual pro wrestling world. Some shows aren't coming out. Prayers to EMW, Epic Mayhem Wrestling, who had their YouTube channel dismissed, deleted for false accusations, and I really hope they appealed and they win that appeal, and they'll be making an announcement tomorrow. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. And for a wrestling fan, that doesn't matter, because our Super Bowl is in April, end of March, April anyway. This year it's April 6th and 7th as WWE puts on WrestleMania. That is a wrestling fan's Super Bowl. Sometimes it's not WrestleMania. Sometimes it's Wrestle Kingdom, which happened in January. So your Super Bowl has already come and went. Came and went. But either way, I say all that to just want to say this. Professional wrestling is why we do what we do involving the video game. Call it a hobby, call it a job, call it just part of your day. It has become part of so many of our lives day to day that It doesn't have to be as stressful as some of us make it out to be, and it damn sure doesn't deserve the rap that it gets. So many people and so many young men are scared to leave one place that is considered a bubble because it's just one place and it doesn't play nice with the rest of the virtual pro wrestling community. Those places choose to alienate themselves and put down the other companies that are amazing once you spread your wings and fly around this beautiful community known as CAW, which stands for Create a Wrestler. And if you know the Angry New Yorker, then you know I have a soft spot for a good acronym. You know, like ANY, the Angry New Yorker, but I got a bias. I love acronyms. Anyway, it can be utilized for so much. But listen, art is subjective. There's no way anybody should be downing the next company when there is so many companies to get excited about. So many places for the new generation of CAW when 2K24 comes out to try to get involved in and build their name up in. Places like DWF, APG Akira's Playground, formerly Jester's Playground, AAW The Fallen Games, Action All-Star Wrestling, NWF, Skeg Vegas Wrestling, DMW, hopefully Epic Mayhem Wrestling gets their channel back, Warzone Wrestling, shout out to Cousin Wade, DMW Art Pro. There's so many companies, great companies that produce great stuff. Over the Limit. And hell, V-Kid, VTV. Come on. All these great companies exist. Instead of thinking about the next person's art as competition, just think about the next person's art as a part of the art community, a part of the wrestling community, and not the negative, toxic, old school way of thinking of the IWC, the internet wrestling community. Jim Cornette isn't always right. Everything AEW puts out isn't a pot of gold. And no, the WWE isn't always right either. We're all guilty of being marks every now and then, but we're marks for the beauty of it. We're marks for the excitement. We're marks for the creativity, for the amazing story. And that's what CAW is at its core. Not one way of producing a show, but the stories that come out of those shows. The stories that come out of the promos being built on social media by all the talent. And I'm not going to name some of the names that I would say because I'll forget 50. It's very easy to make a top 100 of CAW and virtual pro wrestling. It's damn easy. Even easier to do 50. But to put those men in order based on work ethic or imaginary titles or how many companies this one was in or that one was in, why can't we all just pay each other respect for the art that we all produce? No one man has it all figured out. Shit, I'm 40. I don't have life figured out. You think I figured out CAW in 2 years? No. One thing I do know is it takes a leader in every locker room. It takes a leader in every company. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it damn sure burnt down in only a few. It takes a village to raise a child. And there's many, many, many kids in CAW that we need to protect from possible predators, from bullies, from scams, from people that just want to take advantage of them because they can get something, anything out of them that gives them a false sense of power. There's predators all over this community. So we have to protect the future, protect the young men, and build them up. Build up their self-esteem, their confidence, their characters. Everybody needs a good character arc. It's the hero's journey. Up and down goes the roller coaster. There's even some loop-de-loos in there. But we can figure it out together as a real community. And it all starts individually with me, with you, yourself, with everybody who wants to participate. We get a real bad look from the rest of the gaming community. And God forbid we get into Fortnite or Call of Duty and their lobbies and the way they talk to each other while they play the game. While I see the ugliest of the ugly, I don't see any good from it at all besides the fun of playing the game itself. But the cliques that form, the groups that form, they're dangerous to society as a whole. Trust me when I tell you, they are dangerous to society. And it is no different in the CAW world, only CAW's a lot like high school. But in high school, I got along with everybody. I played baseball and basketball, so the jocks loved me. I also played sports on the weekends in my free time. I got along with the stoners because I smoked and sold pot. I got along with the hacky sack players and the hippies because I liked learning about hemp and the plants themselves. I'm a little bit of a green thumb. Don't tell anybody I said that. I got along with the hip-hop heads, the alternative heads, the emo kids, and I got along with the nerds because I was an honor roll student. So I got along with everybody. I could pick my lunch table. Whatever lunch table I wanted to sit at, I sat down. Sometimes I ate lunch with the lunch ladies after they served everybody just to talk to them because nobody ever did. And I know how that feels because I was bullied when I was young too. I wasn't always this fucking 6 foot tall tough guy, and I'm not a tough guy now. I will just defend myself, defend what's right and wrong. We're all old enough playing this game or with PlayStation 5s or Xboxes or 4s to know that this is right, this is wrong. We don't all need to turn the other cheek to what's wrong because we don't want to get involved, or it's not that serious, or it's none of our business, or it hasn't affected us. Don't wait until it affects you or one of your friends. Don't wait until some kid in Arkansas somewhere gets bullied to the point where he does something drastic. Because then, and only then, will anything ever change? Hopefully not. Hopefully change starts with 2K24 when 2K24 comes out. Hopefully all these amazing companies that I named today continue to put out amazing shows, and I will do my damnedest to try to watch all of these companies and drop reviews when I can on Top Rope Talk. But you better believe the Angry New Yorker, my CAW, my personality in the virtual pro wrestling world and outside of it, is going to work the hardest I have ever worked. Not to gain anybody's fake respect or gain admiration from my peers, most of which who wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. No, I'm going to real life try to level my life up to help my family and my children by talking about the thing that I love most, and that's professional wrestling. There's that median again. There's that common ground, the common factor that has brought us all together inside CAW. Pro wrestling. 2024 is set and primed to be another boom period for professional wrestling and the fans and influencers that love talking about it. So I'm inviting everybody on the Top Rope Talk train right now before it leaves the station, because once it leaves the station, it's going all around the world, and you won't be able to get on then. So if you'd like to work together when 2K24 comes out, even if you're still producing CAW in 2K23, then hit me up. If you'd like your show or your highlights or your anything to be featured on Top Rope Talk, then hit me up, the Angry New Yorker, and let's work together to build a real fucking community that can stand tall and keep our head held high. No matter where we go, no matter who comes in, no matter who leaves, no matter what negative forces try to tear us down. Let's build a place where we can be proud of the present, proud of the past, and know that the future is safe because we're helping build it together. It can only happen if we work together. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know I've talked about change. And I know a lot of people made jokes about change. But where are they now? And where am I? Still here, still fighting for change and what's right. And where are they? They're either gone or they're in the exact same place they were when they tried tearing me down 2 years ago and last year. And I'm still moving on up to the east side in a deluxe apartment in the sky. Whoa, where'd that come from? Either way, that's a great place to leave this episode of Top Rope Talk. Remember, folks, art is subjective. Drop the labels. CAW is art. Together, we can make this place a real community that we can be proud of, that we can invite sponsors into, that we can bring to a board and say, hey, I think we should put money behind this and us because we're working hard. They don't even care about professional wrestling. We do. So tell a friend to tell a friend about Top Rope Talk, about the Angry New Yorker, and all the companies that I named today. Remember, there's only one thing left to say. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him.